comment. The comment the gentleman made here about it being subjective. And we've been working with veteran business owners from around the country, and believe it or not, we hear that often. Particularly with minority contractors, and now even with the service disabled vets, about the capacity to expand and grow quickly. And I think what's frustrating with some business owners is, we understand the concept of, crawl before you walk.
Right.
But you've got companies who have done contracts, say at the $100,000 level. Then they, maybe get to the $300,000, $500,000 level, and an opportunity comes up and it's 1.5 million.
Right.
And they bring in, we keep telling them, well, get a teaming partner who has the capacity to be able to kind of guarantee that you're going to be successful on this job.
Well, no, that's a whole other, that's kind of, that gets into a whole other scenario.
And that's what I wanted to kind of get to.
Well, that goes back to the mentor-protege relationships that we talked about earlier.
Because that's what gets so frustrating. They go out and find a partner who has capacity, and they still can't get the bond because they won't fully recognize the capability of the partner. So how does that work?
Well, first of all, I'm not 100% familiar with all these, different SBA rules, because they just changed them just recently, so I'm not.
You sure did.
They just changed them back in March. I was actually at a conference 3 or 4 weeks ago up in DC, and so I watch what I say at these conferences. But anyway, in a mentor-protege relationship, first of all, you got to find the right mentor, and you got to find a mentor that's going to help you, not just say, hey, we don't want you to do anything. Just don't do anything, and we're going to pay you not to do anything. First of all, if it's like that, then that guy's not going to help you. You got to find somebody that's genuinely going to help you, all right? And learn from the mentor. In a mentor-protege situation, the mentor can indemnify the surety company for the bonds. So, the risk as far as the bond goes, now you got a big company guaranteeing the bonds for a small company, and under the mentor-protege program, that's totally legitimate.
Yeah. And that's called doing a joint venture after you're into the mentor-protege program.
Right.
Yeah.
And you get the SBA to approve the mentor-protege, then you can bid as a joint venture. And then, the purpose of that program is for you to learn from the mentor. All right? Now, ride along with the mentor for a couple of years, learn what he's doing, help beef up your balance sheet, help beef up your qualifications on your resume, and then when you sit down and go for a sole source job, they're going to say, wow, you did a $1 million job over here, and here's another job for $1.5 million. Maybe you could qualify for a $2 or $3 million job. And so, I feel like where there's a will, there's a way to get these things done. But you can't. I think sometimes you can't have unrealistic expectations as far as how fast you can grow your business.
Yeah, and I want to say this: in federal government contracting, I don't care what color you come in the office that you might look like. If I don't trust you, you don't have past performance, you're not in.
I think one of the things about the federal government, it is a tough place to do business, but that's good and bad, because if you can get in there and hang in there for a couple of years, okay? The 8A program, or the service disabled program, they can sole source jobs to you. They can just say, here's a $2 million job. We're going to sit down and negotiate this with you.
Yeah.
Okay? But they're not going to sit down with you at the $2 million level if you don't have a past qualifications of 100 to 250 to 500 to 700. You got to have those qualifications. And at the end of the day, they got to trust you. When somebody hands you a job for $2 million, and it happens all the time. I'm not sure what the threshold. It's like $3.5 million, isn't it? For a sole source? I'm not sure.
Yeah, 3.5 million services, and I think it's 6.5 million commercial buy.
Yeah, and it seems like to me, on the federal side, they're going to give the $2 million set-asides to the guys that have delivered on the 150s and the 500s and the 750s, or maybe you got to compete for those. Or maybe they sole source a small job to you.
Yeah.
I would say this. there's plenty of opportunities out there, but you gotta go out there and get them. And if you say, we're gonna have this job done by the end of this month, have the job done by the end of the month. Now, if you can't have it done by the end of the month, don't tell them it's gonna be by the end of the month. Say, you know what, we've looked at this, it's probably gonna be the 15th or the 30th of next month, because if you tell them something, then you don't deliver, then they're gonna say, well, there we go.
Yep.
You know, he said he could do it, now here we are, and it didn't get done.
Yep.
Then it makes the contracting officer look bad.
Oh yeah, boy. Hey, it's kind of hard to walk around the agency when you guys goof up now. I'm tell you.
Well, no, you know, it seems like they'll work with you, but you know, if you do a great job, then by God, you know, there's more work and this and that and this and that, and you know, let's go get some more work. You know, but if you don't deliver, I mean, I'm not saying they'll turn on you or anything, but okay.
We will.
No, I'm not talking about that. But I mean, the thing is, I mean, you know, chances that you get another job for that owner are probably pretty slim. So, anybody else have any questions? And I'll be more than happy to talk to you. I'll be more than happy to talk to anybody. Yes.
Very quick question. On Plan B for SBA bid bond guarantee, is that solely within the surety itself makes that decision, or do they have to communicate back to the SBA?
Well, inevitably, the surety is making the decision.
Right, but I'm talking the approval process, timeline.
Well, I'm pretty sure the surety guard makes a decision, and they're going to say either do it or not.
Okay. And just to answer that one person's question, I was recently in that scenario, and if there's a will, there's a way of doing it. And I'll be real honest with you. I was with a bonding company for a very long time. We wanted to go after a bigger job. That bonding company was very conservative, but because of our track record with the federal government and other contracts we perform, we found a younger, a more aggressive surety company that said, hey, we'll pick you up and we'll run with you.
Yeah. And that's the truth. For instance, if you can't get bonding here, we'll give you a database. And well, gosh, with the banks we have the database for lenders. But you don't have to always do business in your backyard, because you can go to California or South and find somebody that will work with you. And it's the same way with bonding companies. I get folks that call me and say they can't get bonding, but then I got a bonding company say, hey Bill, you know, we'll work with your companies. They're talking to my ear and say, okay, well let's see if you're going to really work with the company. And then the reports that I get back is that they really helped out. Yeah, you get to shop. You know, this is America. You get to shop wherever you want to shop. Your money talks.
Anybody have another question?
So did we get your phone number? So we can
I've got cards.
on the
okay.
on the program guide. All the contact info. Did y'all notice that inside the agenda sheet, everybody's contact? You want to let Ms. Queen know.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.